go. I've been looking forward to this one.
I actually did not grow up with this game, or with any PS1 game.
Well, this was actually... I think this was one of the first video games I played, if not the first. I think it was Earthworm Jim. That was actually my first video game. Yeah, there he is. Sir Dan the Man Fortescue.
He's bony.
Yeah, of course he's bony. You know what else he bones?
No!
His enemies.
Other Ocean. Are they the guys who did the remake, or were they the original creators?
I don't know.
Long ago, there lived in the kingdom of Galamir a sorcerer named Zerok. This arrogant, pitiless man hated his fellow citizens for their simple and peaceful ways.
And they would share none of their moisturizer.
Yeah, he's basically the Grinch. He's like, oh, hey, you know, they're happy. They're over there eating meat and dancing jigs. You know, raise a bunch of zombies to kill them.
That's good and simple.
I mean, I guess so.
What do you think of the fact...
do evil sorcerers ever really give an explanation for their actions other than, I'm evil and I want power?
Like wheat.
They don't have to. There's sort of a demand for that now, but this is... For a video game, I think that's good enough.
Fortescue went down in history.
So what do you think of the fact that,
as the hero of Galamir?
I never really got this part. It says, like, the entire backstory is, Dan dies in the first battle, and then, you know, apparently Zerok died, supposedly, and then 100 years later he shows up. And, you know, he shows up as a living human, not as an undead. How is he still alive 100 years later?
Well, he's a necromancer.
You know what? No, but he's alive. He's not a zombie or an undead or anything.
I don't know. Maybe he actually got some of that moisturizer that he'd been craving so long.
Yes, of course. Fountain of Youth.
I know a 50-year-old guy who looks like...
You know what? That's going to be my explanation. He survived because he's magic.
I know a 50-year-old guy who still looks like he's around 30 because he uses moisturizer.
Look at those crisp graphics. Nice.
It kind of reminds me of Trine. Have you heard of that game?
What's this now?
Trine. It's a game where you switch between 3 characters: a wizard, a knight, and a thief. And they each have different mechanics.
You know the most obscure shit, Brian.
It's not that obscure.
Sounds obscure.
Oh man, he's really got to get a more sanitary place.
I actually don't really like his redesign. I kind of prefer the PS1 graphics there.
I actually want to take a look at that. Are you sure he's human? Because he's got horns coming out of him and everything.
I mean, well, they never say he's not human. Plus, you know, what with the you know, PlayStation 1 textures, it's sort of implied that, like, I don't know, he's just like an old man with a pointy face in PlayStation 1. Now he's got distinct horns coming out of his face.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yes. Look at that. That is the dope. That is pretty dopey.
You're gonna throw that picture up at this point?
Yeah, I'll save it.
Yeah. Turn your damn phone off.
Let me silence it. I'm sorry, mister. Maybe they're piercings.
I mean, maybe. I don't know what kind of weird stuff wizards are into.
Is that just something that confused me? Why do they have a bed outside?
And no, they're inside. I love that. He just keeps an axe by his bedside.
So the masks are supposed to be... what?
Souls.
So how does he determine who to make a...
He's just doing it to everybody, I think.
I'm trying to think what that design looks like. If there's another video game that it reminds me of, or if it's...
You know, it's very like PlayStation 1 platformer,
Yeah, I can see that.
which is not a bad thing at all.
Oh, Bioshock. The little girl, I think it was, that reminded me of Bioshock.
Ah, this predates Bioshock.
It does, by long. But I think it's the design aspect that, like the redesign, that reminds me of Bioshock.
Alright, here we go! MediEvil!
I just love how Halloween-y this is.
Yeah, that's how I thought it was spelled for the longest time when I was a kid. You know, it's like, I think I said before that watching Hunt for Red October made me think that Russian people had Scottish accents for the longest time.
It is very confusing. Why was Sean Connery, why did they think he was perfect for it?
Because he was. He is freaking Captain Marco Ramius.
I am Halloween.
Yeah. Alright, well, there we go. That was a God of War sound effect. Nice try, Sony. I'm not fooled by you.
I am? You could do anything and it'd be magical to me.
Okay, so we've got zombies. That one looks like Frankenstein a little bit. More zombies. I kind of love this part.
Did they ever explain why he wasn't brought back?
What?
Did they explain why he wasn't brought back by Zarek?
No.
Oh, he was?
That's the thing here. Zarek kind of screwed himself because his spell was what brought Dan back to life.
What a loser!
Yeah, I know. Oh, there it is. There's the classic shot. Dan looks like...
You know, too many skeletons appear with a lower jaw, when in reality they usually fall off and just don't come back.
You'd fall off. What? Well, I mean, they'd be there. They'd just be not attached.
Sir Daniel Fortescue, see?
The hero of Gallowmere who fell at the first charge. I remember these guys. You know what I never really understood about this game is the fact that everyone who meets Dan is kind of like this, like, who's that asshole who died at the first charge? What a coward he was. I'm like, he was still fighting, he just died really early on. Why is that dishonorable?
Do you think maybe he...
A chance to forget the ignoble.
What, do you think maybe what?
Do you think maybe that Fortescue really was as noble as he acts in death, but that, like, everyone just kind of assumes he's a coward?
Well, in a lot of, like, the ensuing lore, they're like, oh, I saw you running, you're a coward, but, like, I always thought that Dan was, like, a really, like, classic noble knight. He was just really crappy at battle for a while. Okay, let's see what these books say.
Any treasure that you find will be added to your coin total. Coins are used to buy items from the greedy merchant gargoyles.
Yes, how can we trust them? They're greedy. Bunch of assholes.
Some of those... I mean, at least one of those gargoyles so far seem cool. The one on the left, I like him.
Well, yeah, he was the only one who gave you a chance.
You must be out of shape after 100 years lying on your back. Use the
my beer belly would be hanging over my pelvis if I had one. A beer belly, not a pelvis, you see, because I'm nothing but bones.
What if...
Alright, so...
Well, I mean, like, if you've been catatonic for a whole... for a whole century, you wouldn't really get
there
that.
We go. Haha, I missed this part.
I thought that
beat
feature
the
was...
shit out of people with my arm.
I thought that feature was added in the second game. I didn't know it was in the first
nope,
game.
This was first game thing. I thought it was a turkey for the longest time. Like, you just grabbed a drumstick out of nowhere. Ah, here we go.
Daggers.
Let's see.
Some weapons contain powers and abilities beyond the ordinary. Be sure to test every weapon to discover their secondary abilities. Some weapon abilities are immediate, and some may need a bit of time to charge before they realize their full potential.
Some weapons, well, some weapons are just, they do their own thing, you know? Who are you to judge them?
You know, something like when I played Legend of Zelda, like you use a weapon and it uses up mana.
There
that
it is.
discourages you from actually using the weapon until like you absolutely need it.
Well,
How do you balance that out
During
with
your
encouraging
travels
someone to
through
use the weapon?
Galamir, you will collect
well,
many
this game
items.
kind of has,
See your
it's got the
items
Breath of the
to
Wild
use one. Review your
mechanic, because your shield is going to break
You
if it
will
gets hit
also
too
find
hard.
your Book of Galamir.
You're going to have to
This
keep
will
collecting
a record
shields if you
of
want to keep
innocents
fighting.
you've encountered.
That's why you get stuff
And
like the dinner
bestow you
plate.
with
I mean, yeah.
It like balances out like here's a shield, but it's a really crappy shield.
Oh, I want to do it. Here we go. Haha! That's still a lot of fun.
When
That's
you're ready
cute
to
that he
leave,
just kind of spins on his
you'll find an
axis.
exit at the end of the hall. To unlock the gates, you must find
Yeah, I already found the runestone. What's this last one say?
You will find life bottles throughout Galamir. They contain the same magic that rose you from your slumber and will raise you from the dead once again.
Boy, Xerox really shooting himself in the foot. He brought me back to life. He's leaving health all over Galamir for me to pick up.
You won't escape. By the way, here's a sword.
Track down Xerox by retracing his diabolical odyssey.
He left these nice
through
books
Galamir.
around.
You can
His
spot the
diabolical
exits from an
odyssey.
area by
That's a
looking out for his
pretty good
stinking
descriptor,
trail
I must
of
say.
magic slime.
Okay, I kind of prefer the old narrator, but this lady's actually not too bad. I kind of like her.
Do you know the name of the old narrator?
Not offhand. I never know anybody's name offhand. Sorry, whoever's listening. If you know, feel free to correct me in the comments. Okay, go to the graveyard.